This is the worldometer. This shows the live population of the Earth. Each little person on here is a person being born out there in the world. Well, how many of these people are actually kids? Well, seems like a daft question, of course all of them are kids. But how many of these children will actually be able to go to school? It may seem like a daft question as well, but is it?
Always on my mind and way.
In 1989, the UN put together a document called the Convention on the Rights of a Child. This document was a list of 37 articles, and as time went on, 54, and these articles were designed to give all under 18-year-olds rights. These rights include anything from the right to information from the media, the right to protection, or simply the right to not be tortured, and although each of these articles is equally as important as the last, today we're going to be honing in on just one. Article 28, a child's right to education. The article states that every child should have access to free primary education, and different forms of secondary education should also be available to every child. It also states that any discipline in these schools should respect the child's rights, meaning no corporal punishment. And then it finishes up by saying that richer countries must seek to help poorer countries achieve this where possible. But of the 192 countries currently signed onto the convention, how many of these are actually carrying them out as they should? Just taking a look at the world as a whole, according to UNESCO, there are 67.4 million children worldwide who are out of school, most of which will never see any kind of education on their way to adulthood, causing great difficulties as time goes on. Burkina Faso, South Sudan and Niger all have an over 70% illiteracy rate. That means over 70% of their population either hasn't gone to school at all or hasn't seen school through to the end, and this is due to no fault of their own. Even in the UK alone, there are 114,098 under 18-year-olds currently not in education, despite the law saying that everyone in the UK should be in some sort of education until they're 18. Now by this point you may be asking, what can I do? And unfortunately, due to the scale of the problem, there isn't really much that one person can do as an individual, which is why we need to do this together. Since this is a problem that can mostly only be fixed by government, I suggest that we as a people band together and spread the word. It's 2016 and by this point many under 18-year-olds spend more time on their phone on social networks like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr and all these other networks than they do watching TV or even talking to people, talking to friends. And although this can be seen as a bane for some people, I suggest we put this to good use, which is why I propose the hashtag #HowMany. This very video you're watching right now will be available on YouTube and Twitter, and I suggest we share it out and tell your friends, tell your family, and just get the word out there that this is a problem. Because as time goes on, more people talk about it, more people will be knowing about it, then the government will be much more likely to sort it out. If people aren't really bothered about the issue and people aren't even aware of the issue, the government's just going to leave it. But if the people are actively aware of it and are actively making noise about the fact that this issue exists, the government will be much more likely to step in and try and do something to fix the problem. So share this video around with your friends, drop in the hashtag #HowMany, leave a link to the video and just discuss a bit. Discuss about the video, talk to your friends about it, talk to your family about it, and get the word out there. Nearly every single country in the world is signed on to this document, so why isn't every single country in the world following it? Let's fix that.